أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
وإذا طلقتم النساء فبلغن أجلهن وإذا طلقتم النساء فبلغن أجلهن Do it together. If you're not doing together, meaning if you cannot keep the rhythm, which means that you're making mistakes. You're not doing gunna properly or mad properly, something. وَإِذَا طَلَّقْتُمُ النِّسَاءَ فَبَلَغْنَ أَجَلَهُنَّ and إذا ترجمة करो जल्दी जल्दी إذا when طلقتم you divorced, when you divorce النساء women, the women, then balagna, they reached, they achieved, they came to the level of ajal. Ajal means a specified time, the period, which is idda. Hunna, their time period. So they've come to the term. Term means the time that they've completed. So when they fulfill their term, which is idda period. For divorce, it is how many? What is the divorce idda? 3 menstrual cycles. For someone who has been menstruating, someone who is pregnant, the wad'i hamal, until they deliver the baby. For others, it's 3 months, 3 lunar months. Like those who are postmenopausal or others. فَأَمْسِكُوهُنَّ بِمَعْرُوفٍ أَوْ سَرِّحُوهُنَّ بِمَعْرُوفٍ فأمسكوهن بمعروف أو سرحوهن بمعروف. But then or so, amsiku. Amsik means to hold them back. Either you take them back, you do before they finish their iddah, coming to that end, you just take them back if you wanted to. Bima'roof, with ma'roof. Ma'roof means norm of the society. Norm means that you treat them well in the nice way. So either you keep them with you or sarrihu, to release them. Hunna, them, bima'roof, in a proper way, which is give their mahar, give their extra gifts or whatever you want to do, and then let them go. Okay, so either retain them according to acceptable terms or release them according to acceptable terms, ma'roof, the standard. وَلَا تُمْسِكُوهُنَّ ضِرَارًا لِتَعْتَدُوا. So what? And la, do not, tumsiku, do not hold them, hunna, them, diraran, for torturing, to the torture, because people would do this to torture them. How would they do that? Keep extending the iddah. So the first divorce, let them carry on, just coming to 3 months, few days to go, they would take her back. I take you back. Then divorce a month later, or few days later. And that's another 3 months. Before the end of 3 months, another divorce. So extending the iddah so that she is troubled by that. She is limited by that. She is stuck. This is dirar. This is, causing harm to them. لِتَعْتَدُوا, so that you transgress. You go beyond the limit, beyond the boundaries of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't do that. And do not keep them intending harm, to transgress the boundaries of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala against them. So don't do that for that reason. وَمَنْ يَفْعَلْ ذَلِكَ فَقَدْ ظَلَمَ نَفْسَهُ. وَمَنْ, and whoever. يَفْعَلْ, whoever does this. يَفْعَلْ ذَلِكَ, this, whoever does this, means this dhulm, فَقَدْ ظَلَمَ, to indeed, فَقَدْ, so indeed, قَدْ ظَلَمَ, he did wrong, he oppressed, نَفْسَهُ, himself. The punishment is going to be for him in the life hereafter. So he is actually wronging himself. So, and whoever does that has certainly wronged himself. وَلَا تَتَّخِذُوا آيَاتِ اللَّهِ هُزُوًا,
ولا تتخذوا آيات الله هزوا
وَلَا, and do not تَتَّخِذُوا, do not take ayat, the verses, the ayat, the signs, the Quranic ayat of Allah, Allahi, huzuwan, in jest, mockery. Do not take to fun, to make fun of that. Allah allowed me to take her back. I can take her back within the iddah period. Let me do it. So you're making mockery of that. The idea was not this. The idea was that you let them go and free. If you decided to divorce them, you must have done all the homework before, which is what we already discussed. And you do the divorce in the proper way. So what is that? What is the sunnah way of divorcing someone? One divorce in the time of purity, when they're not having any periods, and in which you have not had any sexual relationship. And the reason for that is so that you do not prolong their iddah. Because once she's pregnant in that time, you divorce her, iddah could be up to 9 months. So that's the sunnah. That's the best way. To only divorce once in that purity, which means what would happen? What does it imply? You can't divorce without thinking in anger. You have to think about that. Or is she on her period or she is pure? You think about that, you stop. You can't divorce. The minute you think, you have to check, tick box. And then, did we have any relationship coming to the end? Yes, we did last week, 2 weeks ago. So hold that so that you are blessed. Otherwise, you'll be causing yourself trouble. Going against the sunnahs. وَاذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ.
واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم
نعمة الله عليكم.
نعمة الله عليكم
واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم
واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم
وما أنزل عليكم.
وما
And اذكروا, remember, recall, ni'mah, the favors of Allah, Allahi alaykum, upon you. وَمَا أَنزَلَ, or whatever, and whatever أنزل, he revealed alaykum, to you, which is the books. And remember the favors of Allah upon you and what has been revealed to you. That's not the correct way because this is not passive form. But obviously when they translate, sometimes they translate in different way. This is standard English translation. I just copied and pasted from there. What is underneath is what I did so what he revealed upon you. Okay. Bima anzala wa ma anzala alaykum. He revealed, means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alaykum. من الكتاب والحكمة
من الكتاب والحكمة
يعظكم به.
يعظكم به
من الكتاب, from the book, whatever he revealed to you from the book, والحكمة, and wisdom. And wisdom, hikmah, is used in Quran to mean sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam predominantly. Explanation of Quran with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's words, in his way, in his style. يعظكم. Wa'adha ya'idu means to do wa'ad, the nasiha, advise. Allah advises you with it. So, of the book, the revelation, what Allah revealed to you of the book, and the wisdom by which He advises you, He instructs you. Ya'idukum. Wa'ad, when you do the wa'ad, Urdu wa'az, mawaiz, same thing. Ya'idukum, He advises you, He instructs you. واتقوا الله واعلموا أن الله بكل شيء عليم. And اتقوا, fear Allah, fear Allah, واعلموا, and know, أن الله, indeed Allah is بكل, upon everything, upon every شيء, thing, عليم, knower. Allah is knower of everything. Allah is aware of everything. Everything is in His knowledge. Allah knows everything. And the next ayat is, there is a background to it, to that. So there were two stories where there was a man who divorced. The brothers got very upset. And after she has completed her iddah, it was a sunnah way of divorcing, like in one divorce in purity, and now he wanted to marry again, regretted. The brothers, in this case, Ma'qil ibn Yasar, he said, never ever. Wallahi, you would never get my sister again because you have not honored her. Now you're realizing, out you go. Like that, very upset. And another Sahabi, he had similar, Jabir ibn Abdullah, he had similar incident close to at that time. And they both took oath that we would not let our sisters go to you again because the way you've treated me. Why did you divorce? You didn't think of that before. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then revealed this. وَإِذَا طَلَّقْتُمُ النِّسَاءَ فَبَلَغْنَ أَجَلَهُنَّ
وإذا طلقتم النساء.
This much has already been translated. We had it before, isn't it? So, and when طَلَّقْتُم, when you divorced your wives, here nisa means wives, but women, فَبَلَغْنَ, and they reach أَجَلَهُنَّ. أَجَلَهُنَّ means their iddah, they've completed their period 3 months, which means that they are divorced. Although you have divorced only once, they are divorced. So if you wanted to take them back, you can take them back within 3 months, before 3 periods. Then you do not need their consent and you do not need a new nikah. You just carry on. If 3 months or 3 periods have elapsed, then you can do a new nikah. You cannot one-sidedly take her back. So within 3-month period, as though you have let her out by opening the door, out you go. She's going, before she goes out, you close the door. You did not let her out, so to say. So you can take her back. Once she is out of the door, whether you have given 3 divorce, straight out, door cannot be shut again. Or if you did a talaq, which was ba'in, we mentioned about that ba'in. Ba'in is a talaq where she asked for separation, which is khula'. And there are other categories of ba'in, means sarih, as opposed to using sarih word, which is categorical word of talaq or divorce. You use others, or you did ila and stuff like that. Then she is divorced ba'ina. She is separated. Immediately after that, you can't take her back. You have to do a new nikah. So either she is ba'ina or mughallada. Mughallada, when you've given 3 divorce, even in one sitting or separate sitting, however long. 3 divorce means she's gone forever. Now, this is about one divorce. You have divorced, but the iddah has gone. She has completed all 3 months again in this situation. Then Allah says, فَلَا تَعْضُلُوهُنَّ
فلا تعقلون
أَن يَنكِحْنَ أَزْوَاجَهُنَّ
أن ينكحن أزواجهن
فَلَا تَعْضُلُوهُنَّ أَن يَنكِحْنَ أَزْوَاجَهُنَّ
فلا تعقلون أن ينكحن أزواجهن
إذا تراضوا بينهم بالمعروف.
إذا تراضوا بينهم بالمعروف.
فلا, so when they've completed their iddah, فلا, so do not تعضلوا, do not hold them back, do not prevent them. Hunna, they do not prevent them, your wives, they do not, oh you people, your not wife, mean the brothers, the guardian, could be father, could be brother, whoever. In this case, Maqil and Jabir ibn Abdullah radiallahu ta'ala. So don't prevent them from marrying their own husbands, the previous husband. أن ينكحنا, that they marry the azwaj, their own husband, the previous husband. إذا تراضوا, that's both is wrong. When they own, تراضوا is a plural form. إذا تراضوا, so when they both, not both, when they both, meaning the husband and wife. In this case, it's a plural form, so it shouldn't be tasniya form. But anyway, no, that's fine. Let's go back. Why is that not showing to go back? إذا تراضوا, when they agree, when they are راضي, when they are pleased with, بينهم, between them, among themselves, بالمعروف, in goodness, in the norm, according to their standards. So they said, you know what, we made a mistake, you've divorced me, now you're repentant, you want to come back to me. But the lady said, okay, I'm okay with that. The lady is happy, the man is happy, then the guardian shouldn't intervene. No, 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 wrong, bad man. How dare he never respected you? Shouldn't go back in my words. Don't try to be smart. Only Allah knows what is good and what is bad for them. Yeah, unless there's clear-cut wrong there. But she's a sensible lady. She has been with this man. She has some children or whatever. Let them decide. If they both agree, you be part of that, as opposed to making it ego problem. Because very, very soon, you stop looking after that sister of yours. And even if you die, then who would look after her? She'd be kicked out of the house and she'd be living on the street. So don't do that, which you can't take responsibility for long term. ذلك يوعظ به من كان منكم يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر. ذلك يوعظ به من كان منكم يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر. ذلك, that is, يوعظ is been advised, you've been instructed, bihi, of it, you're instructed of it. Who? Man kana, whoever is. Kana means was, but whoever was means whoever is. Minkum, amongst you. Yu'minu, believes in Allah, billah, in Allah, wal yawm al-akhir, and the last day. Whoever believes in Allah and the last day, let them have this, that they should just be advised. Allah says, do not hold them, do not prevent them from marrying their own husbands if they both agree on this. ذلكم أزكى لكم وأطهر. والله يعلم وأنتم لا تعلمون. ذلكم, that is أزكى, this is more pure, more pious, more close to tazkiyah, purer. It is more purifying. Lakum, for you. It is more purifying to you, more tazkiyah wise, good for you. Wa athhar, and more pure as well. It is more clean, it's cleaner. And why? And Allah knows. Wallahu ya'lamun, Allah knows. Wa antum, while you do not know. La ta'lamun. This wow here, wow is of different types. Here you would not translate wow as and, you can, but the best translation is while. Halia, wow halia we call it. Okay, there's wow qasmiya as well, and wow as a preposition here, and wow also. So then what happened? Both of them immediately they repented, they agreed on those nikah, they let the sisters go, and they compensated, they expiated for their qasm, for their oath. You have to feed 10 people. That's a kafara. So they've done that. This is how pious Sahaba were. They said something, they found out the command, straight back to normal. Whatever is the dictate of Sharia. That is why they are at that highest pedestal. Because they would not let any of their whim, desire, custom, culture, idea, thought to dictate them. It is whatever Allah wants me to do. So they said whatever they said they thought was okay, found from revelation, straight back to Allah's command. والوالدات يرضعن أولادهن حولين كاملين.
والوالدات يرضعن أولادهن حولين كاملين.
والوالدات, walidat is plural of walidah. So, and mothers, يرضعن, they should mean they breastfeed أولادهن, their babies, حولين, 2 years, كاملين, complete. But they must breastfeed their baby, nurse their babies for 2 years. That's the limit. They shouldn't breastfeed more than that. So suckling of the children is an obligation on the mother. They must do it, it's a must. If she does not feed without a valid reason or because of some hostility or displeasure, she will be a sinner. I want to punish the husband or whatever. You can't do it. Obviously, medical reason, health-wise or whatever, that's okay. Other than that, I don't want to, it's like odd, whatever. No. That is responsibility. And she cannot accept any payment. She cannot ask for any payment from the husband as long as she is married to the husband. Okay, because this is obviously her duty. And she would be, maintained by the husband. So how long do they do that? When we mention that, as long as she's married, meaning what? If she's not married, she's divorced, then she's not obliged. She's only obliged up until the iddah period. Duration, what is the duration? Hawlaini kamilain, 2 months, 2 years, sorry. And then weaning, obviously. Now, Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayhi's view is slightly different. And there is a reason for that. But the fatwa is not on that. The opinion is on Sahibain, Abu Yusuf and Muhammad rahimahumullah. Their opinion, and all three Imams' opinion is it is 2 years based on this ayat and another ayat. وفصاله وحمله وفصاله 30 شهرا. وحمله وفصاله. حمل means pregnancy. Fisal means to wean off the milk. That is 30 months. How many? 2.5 years. 30 months is 2.5 years. No? Yes?
Yeah.
Yes. 24, 2 years, plus 6 months, 30 months. So 30 shahran. 30 months, okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that there. Now, all Imams take it to mean that it includes pregnancy plus the weaning, plus the breastfeeding. So together it becomes 2.5. So 6 months minimum pregnancy time and 2 years maximum breastfeeding time. Now, Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh opined that it is actually separate for both. The pregnancy could go up to 30 months. And there is a report, another hadith, which confirmed that up to 2 years, there have been people who were born after 2 years of pregnancy. Not very common. It can technically or potentially happen. But that's not the norm. Likewise, Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayhi says that, it's separate for both. So the weaning can be delayed up to, if need be, up to 2.5 years. But that's not the Muftabi qawl. That's not the preferred view. But even in Hanafi school, we do not take that view because you look at all the evidences. But for a safety netting, we take that, which is hurma. Hurma, hurma, the relationship that comes through breastfeeding. So if this lady has a baby, this is her baby, but she also nurse another baby for someone else. And it was quite common in early days, not so common nowadays, but only maybe 50, 70 years back, it was relatively common. What would happen? This lady has a baby, that person has a baby, that another lady, but she's unwell or she passed away. So they would just let this baby be fed by the same mother, this mother. So they become, if someone has breastfed from a mother who is not this baby's mother, but within 2 years of his or her life, the baby's life, within 2 years of someone's life, if they breastfed from a lady, that become this baby's foster mother. And this is like true mother, meaning that everything between them is halal, like they are mahram, they're like true mother. You cannot do nikah to this mother because she is now your mahram. Her children become like your true brothers. You cannot do nikah to them. Father is like father. Uncles like uncle, blood relatives. Okay, this is how you get connected. So Imam Abu Hanifa's view is taken only if someone shouldn't be doing it, if someone has breastfed their baby for after 2 years, to make it 2.5 years. If they have done that, although it shouldn't have done, it should have completed within 2 years. But if they did, the fatwa would be that this is now mahram. We still give the fatwa of mahram. Wrong thing done, but still mahramiyya is proven through that. So that is where it is a little bit useful, or we use it. The second thing is, the reason Imam Sahib said is, as I said, he would interpret this ayat differently, that ayah of Thalathuna Shahra. And he has got a hadith to support that, and another reasoning behind it. We'll leave that because the fatwa is not on that, so leave it. And because what Imam said, when you stop the breastfeeding, it doesn't stop immediately. That's another rationality behind it. It takes time. The baby does not stop immediately. Now, in the modern time, it's quite relatively easy. Why? You've got plenty of soft food, plenty of things that you can offer baby from the 6 months onwards. They start eating and, biscuits and there, and then very few people have exclusive breastfeeding. Majority of the children, they have something going on. After 6 months, they start having some yogurt, some custard, some this, some that, in the rusk with milk, whatever different thing they have. So they're already in the process of being weaned off very easily. But this baby who you have breastfed for 2 years and you stop immediately, not easy. It takes time. So if they stop eating and drinking in that period, so Imam Sahib's fatwa would be a little bit handy in that sense. Just carry on while you're weaning. Slow it down, get it out of the way. Up to 6 months, out completely. But that's just the wisdom behind it. But anyway, the fatwa remains at just 2 years because the Quranic ayat are quite categorical on this. And for who? لمن أراد أن يتم الرضاعة. لمن أراد أن يتم الرضاعة. لمن, for whoever, أراد, who has done the irada, who is intending, أن يتم, that he completes the رضاعة. رضاعة is breastfeeding. Whoever wants to complete the nursing of 2 years. Meaning it is not obligatory that you have to breastfeed for 2 years. You can just, finish off earlier if need be, provided the baby is not affected by that. If the baby is completely dependent and doesn't want to eat or drink anything, and you still, I don't want that, that is wrong. Then that is the right of the baby. وعلى المولود له رزقهن وكسوتهن بالمعروف. وعلى المولود له رزقهن وكسوتهن بالمعروف. And upon the مولود له. المولود له, مولود, والد and walad. Mawlud, the one who is being, Mawlud is someone who is father. Okay, walad, Mawlud. So the one who the baby is. So upon the father, Mawludun lahu, rizq, upon him is the responsibility of providing for her, for mother. وَكِسْوَتُهُنَّ, and her clothing. Bil ma'ruf, in a normal way, standard way, whatever is applicable in the society. So if the norm is to give 2 pair of clothes, do it like this. Whatever is standard. Food likewise. 3 meals these days, 3 meal plus evening cup of tea, fine. All 3 counts. لا تكلف نفس إلا وسعها. So no nafs, no soul shall be burdened for more than what they can bear. Whatever is their wusa', whatever is their capacity, shouldn't be burdened more than that. And how that would be? That you make men give more than that, or women to continue to feed even more without food, without provision. Both ways would be wrong. So the ruling is, it is not permissible for the father to compel the mother to suckle the child if she refuses to do so under some excuse or need. She's unwell, she's sick, she's feeling very weak when she breastfeeds. Don't compel her. It should be done. That is why the word mawlud, so you have got this child. You have been the father of this. So you are mawludun, the baby is mawlud with lahu for you. So, so you as a father, make sure this is your child. Have respect, have honor, have compassion for the baby. Be kind to the baby, rather than saying the father. Because sometimes when you use this word, it has much more compassion. The word is much more compassionate in Arabic, obviously. If the child refuses to be suckled by another woman or also refuses to feed on any milk other than that of his or her mother, the mother will then be compelled to feed the child, because then she must be compensated by something, because that's the only way for baby to survive or thrive. So obviously that is a different situation. وَعَلَى الْوَارِثِ مِثْلُ ذَلِكَ. And upon the warith, the heirs, is similar. Meaning, لا تضار والدة بولدها ولا مولود له بولده. So no harm for the mother through the child, and likewise no harm for the father due to the baby. Meaning, because this is your baby, I want extra money, extra clothing, extra provision, and demanding or not doing it. And likewise, the mother, if she's unwell, yeah, don't do that. That's why we don't compel mother if she's unwell, if she has got a medical reason. وَعَلَى الْوَارِثِ مِثْلُ ذَلِكَ. And upon the heir. So if father has died, then the family should support. Whoever is there, they must, upon the father's heir is a duty like that of the father. It can't be, oh, since few days later the father passed away. Whoever is the heir must look after. Whoever is, the guardian must look after that mother. فإن أرادا فصالا عن تراض منهما. فإن أرادا فصالا عن تراض منهما وتشاور فلا جناح عليهما. So if arada, they both intend, they both decide. Fisal, and fisal means to wean, remove the baby away. Fasl, give a gap. Fisal means to wean the baby. If they both agree on, they both intend to do the fisal, an taradim minhuma, with their mutual agreement. Tarad means they consent, they both radi with it, they both happy with it. What tashawur, and their mutual consultation, they both agree that, for whatever sickness or whatever reason, fala junaha alayhima, then there's no sin upon them. Meaning, you don't have to have 2 years. You can do earlier for a valid, genuine reason. وَإِنْ أَرَدْتُمْ أَن تَسْتَرْضِعُوا أَوْلَادَكُمْ. And if you intend, if you do the irada of an tastardi'u, that you seek nursing. So she's unwell, she can't do it, get someone else as a murdi'a, as in someone, awlad, for your child, for your baby, then فَلَا جُنَاحَ عَلَيْكُمْ إِذَا سَلَّمْتُمْ مَا آتَيْتُمْ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. So no sin. So no gunah. Junah is gunah. Okay, junah alaykum. You have not got any sin if you both agree. إِذَا سَلَّمْتُمْ, when you handed in مَا آتَيْتُمْ بِهِ, whatever you gave through the norm, whatever is the norm. Meaning, if you've paid their stipend or whatever, so you found someone to breastfeed the baby and you give them some money, that's okay as well. Not a problem. So payment for suckling. So if the mother demands wages to suckers, the mother who gave birth, she has no right to do so, as long as she is married to the husband, or within the post-divorce waiting period, iddah, within that period. After that, her maintenance, obviously, here her maintenance, which is the responsibility of the child's father, is enough in of itself. Asking for additional wages amount to harming the father. That's why Allah said, don't harm them. Whereas the situation changes If she is post-divorce period, she's already done the iddah, time has expired, then the responsibility of maintenance is not there. So husband is not maintaining the wife. So then she can demand. Now, if this divorced woman demands from the father wages to suckle the child, the father will have to pay, since not doing so would be equivalent to harming the mother. So Allah says, don't harm the mother either. However, the condition is that she should ask for the same amount of wages as it taken by any other common woman, if you ask someone else to do so. If she asks for more, the father will have the right to engage a wet nurse to suckle the child in her place. And so, okay, I'm not going to use you, I'll get someone else, because she could do that for a cheaper job. So that's okay as well.
Custody of the child.
That would come in the Quran as well. But there is, for the children who are quite young, until the age of, like, when they can self-care, like they can go to toilet, they can feed themselves, which is about 7 years, then they must live with mother, because she's the one who's going to train them, teach them. After that, boys should come to father, and girls could stay with the mother until they are trained about their pubertal issues and all of those. And that's a no. And then they can come to father. Ultimately, they can come to father. But it depends on who, that's the right of father, generally. But it all depends on who out of the two is more caring, more eligible, or more appropriate for the betterment of the child. If father is crazy, throw him away. I mean, don't let him look after the baby. Likewise, vice versa. If mother is crazy, get her out. Whoever is best suited to care for the child should be responsible for that, mutually. Sitting there, understanding, guardians should sit about that. If there's big, issue, then Qadi would make a judgment. And then last bit of that ayat, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ بَصِيرٌ.
وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَاعْلَمُوا
Wattaqullah, and fear Allah. Wa'lamu, and be aware that, and know indeed Allah is upon everything, or whatever you do, whatever action you commit. Allah is basirun, looking at. Allah is seeing all of that. It's all in Allah's knowledge. So make sure that we do not transgress the boundaries of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to act upon Sharia and understand the ruling and practice.